I'm Henners, and welcome to football season, where for the next month, during the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, we're going to be looking at football-related cinema from around the world.
Some people are on the pitch, they think it's all over. It is now.
Every day a game is played, I'll be reviewing a film from a country playing that day, or at least try to, as there will be a few outliers. Today, the Netherlands beat Qatar 2-0 to cement their place in the knockout stages, playing USA in the next round, after a major tournament absence for 8 years, despite finishing second and third respectively in South Africa and Brazil.
Only with sex masochism, then it is allowed.
With Louis van Gaal's army marching on again.
That was liquid football.
This is for all of those who wish to boycott the World Cup this year, and just remind them,
Football is life.
you can still enjoy the World Cup without watching it. So sit back and discover and appreciate some new films that showcase the beautiful game to supplement each match, or just simply to watch on their own. This is football season, and it's about to kick off. We're going to be going to the Netherlands to the year 2004 and watch In Oranje. Don't really know anything about this, although I believe it was made in conjunction with the Dutch Football Association, so this little badge is going to appear. Well, anyway, let's get a move on. So, we follow Remco, and it's kind of funny because I have a friend who had an ex named Remco, and I thought it was funny because it sounded like the name of a business. Anyway, Remco is a young aspiring footballer who one day on the pitch while the scout is watching, he injures his ankle, and at the same time his competitive and encouraging father has a heart attack and sadly dies. And shortly afterwards, Remco learns continuing to play could cause his ankle to not develop properly and it could result in a disability. Though through his friend Winston's aunt, I think, from Suriname, who raises the spirit of his father, his dad then helps him to train and hopefully become part of the national youth setup for the Netherlands. This was a surprisingly moving film, and it does tackle the subject of absent parents well, even if there isn't really much grieving that goes on in the film, at least from the point of view of Remco, but you still feel his father's absence outside of whenever he's alone with him in the alley practicing. I also like that his idol was Garrincha, really underrated player, although a pretty dreadful person. He beat my beloved Elsa Suarez. But hey, for every Eric Cantona or Marcus Rashford, there is a Ryan Giggs or Mason Greenwood. There is also a girl in his class who dotes on Remco and wants to desperately be his girlfriend, and he kisses her with a peck on the lips reluctantly. It's rather sweet that their relationship. I also did shed a tear in one scene where Remco has run away from home because his mother doesn't want him to play in this big match to showcase his talent to the national youth setup, and goes with his dad to an abandoned stadium where he meets and plays with the apparitions of Lev Yashin, Bobby Moore, Andres Escobar, and yes, Garrincha. And they play against the 58 Man United Munich air disaster victims, and it's a really poignant moment that really moved me. There is much to enjoy here, given that I liked the chemistry between Remco and his father, and the actor who plays Remco is generally pretty good, and it was cool to see a film that introduced the culture of Suriname. I haven't seen that before. Granted, I've not really seen that many Dutch films, but the ones that I have seen haven't really delved into that particularly. From a filmmaking perspective, it's pretty run-of-the-mill, but it does have a lot of heart, and you do root for Remco to get on the team sheet.
I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10.
If you're looking for a feel-good film to watch with the family, then you can't go wrong with this, really. Well, those are my thoughts on In Oranje. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Letterboxd for more of my thoughts on film. See you all very soon. Vaarwel. You know, people hate on Heineken.
Heineken? Fuck that shit!
Dutch people in particular saying, oh, it tastes like shit. But I have a Dutch friend and he forever was saying, oh, Heineken is like piss. But then he went to Edinburgh, I think, and tried it there, and it actually tasted, it was drinkable. So I don't know if the ingredients are different in the rest of the world, but in the Netherlands, it doesn't taste too great.